everybody, and welcome to the first video in the class notebook series. In this video I'm going to show you how you can distribute pages to all students in your notebook, how you can delete pages from all students in your notebook, and how you can share pages across notebooks with your colleagues. So this notebook is a demo notebook. It's sort of a shell of what my actual notebook looks like. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you the one that I've created to share with my students due to privacy reasons. So it looks very much the same to what yours would look like. The only difference is that I don't have the students' names and the sections under the student names. But what I've done to combat that is inserted some screenshots. So hopefully it will give you a really clear picture of the things that I'm going to be showing you in this video. So I just thought I'd walk you through my initial setup of my notebook. So I've got my welcome page, it has some pictures, a welcome video, and just a very small amount of text telling them where they can find their learning materials and where they can respond to those learning materials. In my context, we have a large number of ESL learners, so a lot of text is would not be beneficial for them. And the welcome video will show them exactly how to use OneNote, especially because we haven't had the opportunity to teach them before this all happened. So it moved quite quickly. So it's just a way to allow them to see it visually. On my actual OneNote page, we're really lucky we have an interpreter, and so they worked with me to do one in our ESL students' language, which was really cool. And the reason why we've chosen to upload it as a link is because most of the students will be accessing this off a phone or a tablet. They probably won't have access to a computer, so anything that you upload from your desktop onto OneNote would have to be downloaded back onto a desktop. So throughout these videos, I'm going to show you how we linked documents from our desktop to OneDrive to then share the link with students so that they could open it in an internet browser. So then underneath that, we've got the collaboration space, and then I have what I've called the virtual classroom, and this is chat week 1. I've got a picture of telling them that I miss them, and then just explaining that this is a place where we can connect with each other. As a school, we've decided that we're going to schedule in different times to be online to obviously chat with our students. Being that there will be more than one student in the household, we made sure that it didn't clash, that every student had the opportunity to connect with us. Then in my content library, I've got Learning Week 1, I've got my holidays page, English Week 1, a Maths Week 1, and a Science Week 1 page. Now, as I said, there's nothing in here because I'm using this as a demonstration, and I thought it would be really nice to take people along the journey on how to set up the notebook gradually rather than having it all there to begin with. So now I'm going to jump in and show you how to distribute pages to all of the students in your notebook. So a really important feature, you should have this tab up the top here that says Class Notebook. Now, I have had issues with staff at school not being able to get this tab, and there are 2 reasons. One reason we found was that the internet browser that they were using wasn't allowing the app, wasn't allowing OneNote to load properly, so they didn't get all of the tabs across. So that's something to keep in mind. The second thing we found was that some staff were going through to Class Notebook on the side in Office 365. That is only for the initial setup of the class notebook. After that, you should go through the OneNote application on your Office 365, and it will give you this tab if it's something that you can't see. So once you've clicked on the tab, you go to Distribute Page, and you click on Distribute Page and then you click where you want it to go. So I've clicked on the page that I wanted to distribute. I've clicked where it wants to go, and then I click on distribute. And what that will do is that will distribute to all of the students in your notebook. As you can see, it's distributed to all students. Although I can't show you that because I don't have students and sections underneath. So that will deliver it to every single student. The second way that I can distribute a page is through individual distribution. And this little window will pop up, and obviously I don't have any students to select here, so I'm just going to show you what that will look like. So on this screen here, you'll see these icons, and next to these little people here will be your student names. And then you just tick the boxes of the students that you want to select, and then you can press next. Then it will ask you where you want it to go. So which section you've got underneath their name. So I've picked learning responses in this one, and then you click distribute. Then it will distribute to all of the students in your notebook. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is how to delete a page from all of your student notebooks in OneNote. Now this feature will be good if you think you finished a page, you've shared it with all of your kids, and then you've realized, oh, I actually want to add more to that. You can copy and paste one page back into your content library, and then you can delete that page from all of your students' notebooks, so that you don't have to restart the whole page again. So I'll show you what that will look like. Down here, you'll click on distribute page and go down to delete page, and it will bring up this window here. So you click on which section has the page you want to delete, then you press next. Then it will ask you what page you want to delete, and then so you click on the page and then you hit next. Then it will ask you to review the page you want to delete. So it will show you the page you're asking to delete. And if it has any student work on it already, it will delete that student work and it will not be recovered. So then you hit delete, and then it will ask you again if you're definitely sure you want to delete the page. If you press yes, it will load and come up with a green tick saying that it's done. The last feature I want to show you is how you can share pages across notebooks with your colleagues. So if you are a part of a team of a specific grade level, this is really exciting if you are responsible for one subject area. So if you're sharing the load, so say one person is responsible for English, one person is responsible for maths, and one person is responsible for science, and those teachers are working on those pages. Then the scratch your head moment is, how will I share those pages with the other teachers' students? Well, there's a function in OneNote that allows you to do that as long as you're connected to their notebook. So you have to invite those teachers to your notebook in order to be able to have this function. So I'm going to show you. So the first thing you have to do is click on the page you want to share. So I want to share my holidays. Go up to distribute page and go to cross notebook distribution. Then you pick who you want to share it with. So I'm just going to share it with myself. Click next. And then I'm going to select the section I want the page to go into on the other people's notebook. So this is these are some of the sections that are on my actual notebook. So I'm going to pick learning responses week 1, and then I'm going to hit distribute. And then what it will do is load, and depending on how much content you have on the page will depend on how long it takes. It might take a little bit longer to transfer to the other teachers' notebooks. But when they log into their notebooks and click on their student's name, and in that section, your page that you've created will appear. We tried this at school this afternoon. between 2 upper school teachers, and it was amazing. It was there within an instant after it had completed. So it's a really nifty tool, also especially in this time, to share the load. And so this is a fantastic way to be able to do that. And then it will come up with done. So once it's done, you know that when the other teachers open up their OneNotes and it syncs, there underneath their student section that they selected will be the page that the other teacher has created. So that's it for this video. If there was anything spoken about that you're still unsure of, please leave a comment below or head over to the Facebook group, Teachers Using OneNote. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have if I can. There will be more tutorials in the coming days. It was a bit of a mission to work out how to share this information with you, being mindful of privacy, etc. We're still in the developing stages at my school. We're on student-free days. This is a really tough time, and I feel like we're all learning something new. But just remember, you've got this, and we're all in this together. Until next time, happy OneNoting.